Breaking. The Falcons just sent a message to the entire NFL. They're not just building a team, they're building a wall to protect their future. Caleb McGary just signed a 2-year, $30 million extension. And this changes everything. Atlanta just locked down their quarterback's blind side, and if you know football, you know how big this is. But this deal means more than just dollars. It's about trust. It's about power. And it's about the future of Michael Penix Jr. Let's break it all down. And trust me, you're going to want to stay till the end. The Atlanta Falcons just made a powerful move, and it's one that could shape their entire future. Right tackle Caleb McGary has officially signed a 2-year, $30 million contract extension, locking him in through a crucial era for the team. This isn't just about keeping a solid offensive lineman around. This is about protecting Michael Penix Jr., the new face of the franchise. And for a left-handed quarterback like Penix, that right tackle spot becomes the blind side, the most dangerous place on the field if it's not locked down. And now, the Falcons just locked it down tight. McGary isn't flashy. He doesn't make headlines every week. But he's mean in the trenches, and that's exactly what Atlanta needs. He's been a bulldozer in the run game for years, creating lanes, bullying defenders, and helping this offense keep its identity on the ground. Now, with Drew Dalman gone, McGary and Chris Lindstrom are the anchors of that right side. And let's talk about Lindstrom for a second. He's not just good. He's elite. He's arguably the best right guard in all of football. And when you pair him with McGary, you've got one of the most powerful duos in the NFL. Now, $15 million a year might sound like a lot, but in today's NFL, that's exactly what you pay for a dependable tackle. And for a team building around a rookie quarterback, stability on the offensive line is everything. A couple of years ago, nobody even knew if McGary would stay in Atlanta. But here we are, he's staying, he's trusted, and he's now a key piece of the Falcons' mission to protect their future superstar. Yes, his pass blocking numbers haven't been perfect, we all know that. But let's be real, he's not a weakness. He's experienced, he's tough, and the coaches clearly trust him to protect the franchise. This move says something deeper. It's proof that the Falcons are all in on Michael Penix Jr. They're not just hoping he works out. They're building the structure around him to make sure he does. What do you think, Falcons fans? Do you feel confident with Caleb McGary protecting Penix Jr.'s blind side? Rate your confidence from 1 to 10 in the comments, and let's hear your take. Let's make one thing clear. Caleb McGary is the key to this offensive line holding together. Yes, there are questions right now. Who's replacing Drew Dalman at center? Can Matthew Bergeron take that next step? Can Ryan Newsel handle the pressure? But no matter what happens around them, McGary is the guy Atlanta has to lean on. The front office clearly believes in him, not just as a player, but as a leader. They didn't hand him $30 million just for decent blocking. They're betting on him to anchor the right side, keep the offense moving, and be the rock that protects their future. And that future is Michael Penix Jr. When the Falcons invested in McGary, they weren't just paying a lineman. They were saying loud and clear, we're all in on Penix. We're going to keep him upright. We're going to keep him healthy. Because let's be honest, nothing matters more right now than protecting Penix. The second-year quarterback is the heartbeat of this rebuild. He's the hope. And if he goes down, the season goes with him. That's why McGary's extension feels so big. It's about trust, leadership, and making sure your franchise QB isn't taking blindside hits that change the course of a season. So be real with me, Falcons fans. How would you grade this move? A, B, C, D, or F? Drop your answer in the comments. I'll be reading through every one of them. Now, let's talk preseason quarterback plan. Let's shift gears, because things are getting interesting at QB for week 1 of the preseason. Michael Penix Jr. won't be suiting up against the Lions, and neither will Kirk Cousins. That's right, your top 2 quarterbacks are out for this first game. Honestly, I get it. Cousins is a vet. He's been through this 100 times. There's no reason to risk him getting hurt in a meaningless preseason snap, especially with trade rumors still floating around. If a team suddenly loses a QB in August, Cousins could be a valuable trade chip, but only if he stays healthy. So yeah, sit Kirk the whole preseason. Play it smart. But Penix? That's a different story. Yes, he finished strong last season. Yes, he played a lot of snaps in the second half of the year. But let's not forget, he's still young. He's still learning. And no matter how good you look in practice, it's a whole different game when there's pressure in your face and defenders are actually trying to hit you. That's why I believe Penix needs at least a few drives this preseason. Maybe not a whole half, but a full quarter? 2 solid drives? Get him out there. Knock the rust off. Get his timing right. Let him feel the hits and the speed again before the real games begin. That experience could be priceless. But for now, the Falcons are rolling with the backups this weekend. We're going to see Easton Stick, the journeyman QB who's been around the league a bit. 6 total NFL games, mostly with the Chargers. He's now QB3 in Atlanta. We'll also get a look at Emory Jones, the rookie trying to find his place. Both of these guys will take most of the snaps. And while it's not flashy, these are the moments that build the depth chart. So here's the question for you. Should the Falcons give Michael Penix Jr. real snaps in the preseason? Or should they keep him in bubble wrap until week 1? Let me know in the comments. And while you're at it, drop a letter grade for the McGary extension too. I want to hear from the real fans. Look, we're not going to pretend that the QB3 battle is headline news. But that doesn't mean it's not important. Because in the NFL, every single spot on the depth chart matters. Right now, Easton Stick is in the spotlight. He's fighting for a job, not just for snaps, but for a spot on the 53-man roster. Let's be honest, he's not a developmental player. He's not some rookie with raw potential. We've seen what he is, a solid, experienced backup who's bounced around the league. The Falcons already have their future quarterback in Michael Penix Jr., and they've got their veteran backup in Kirk Cousins. So where does that leave Stick? He's got one option: prove he belongs. If Easton Stick goes out there and puts on a show in the preseason, if he looks sharp, makes smart throws, controls the huddle, then yeah, maybe he earns a spot on the final roster. But if he's just average or worse, he might get cut and land on the practice squad if he's lucky. This is exactly why preseason football matters. It's not just about the stars. It's about the grinders. It's about the guys fighting for their future. One big game can change everything. Next up, battle in the secondary: Billy Bowman Jr. versus D. Alford. Now let's talk about a battle that's heating up fast, and honestly, it could change the whole look of Atlanta's defense. We already know who the Falcons' top corner is. The CB1 spot is locked down. But that nickel corner job? That's still up for grabs. D. Alford has been the guy in that role for a couple seasons now. He's solid, experienced, and knows the system. But here comes Billy Bowman Jr., and this rookie out of Oklahoma is making serious noise. Now here's the twist. Bowman wasn't even drafted to be a cornerback. He played safety in college. He was known for his coverage ability, not run stopping. But ever since camp opened, coaches have been experimenting, and Bowman's been getting more and more work at nickel corner. And guess what? He's delivering. According to ESPN's Dan Graziano, Bowman is turning heads in training camp. He's quick, he's smart, and he's playing with the kind of energy you don't usually see from rookies this early. Right now, Alford is still the starter. If there were a regular season game tomorrow, he'd be out there. But that lead? It's shrinking fast. If Billy Bowman puts together 3 strong preseason games, he could absolutely take that job. It's not just a long shot, it's a real possibility. And the best part? He's versatile. He can drop back as a safety. He can line up in the slot. He can move around the field. This coaching staff is excited about what he can be, and fans should be too. So what do you think, Falcons fans? Would you rather stick with the steady veteran D, Alfred at nickel corner, or roll the dice on the electric rookie Billy Bowman Jr. and see what he can do? Drop your pick in the comments, Alfred or Bowman? And while you're at it, give me your confidence level in Easton Stick, 1 to 10. Does he deserve a spot on the 53-man roster? Let's talk about something that should get every Falcons fan excited: young, hungry safeties flying all over the field. Atlanta didn't just get one playmaker in the secondary during the draft, they got two. First up, there's Xavier Woods out of Notre Dame, one of the smartest, most physical safeties in college football last season. I loved that pick. In fact, he was my favorite safety available in round 2, and somehow, the Falcons got him. That alone felt like a win. Then, 2 rounds later, boom, Billy Bowman Jr. gets drafted too. At first, I was surprised. Why would Atlanta take 2 safeties in the same class? But now it's starting to look like a genius move. Both Woods and Bowman are shining in training camp. They're making plays, grabbing the attention of coaches, and pushing the veterans hard. And when you have 2 rookies competing for real playing time, that's a great sign. It shows depth, it shows talent, and it shows this team isn't afraid to give young guys a shot. If Xavier Woods keeps stacking solid reps, don't be shocked if he challenges Richie Grant or even replaces DeMarco Hellams in the starting rotation next to Jesse Bates. Woods has the range. He has the football IQ. And he's not scared of the moment. But let me pause and show some love to DeMarco Hellams, too. He might have been a 7th-round pick back in 2022, but don't forget, before his injury, he looked legit. If he stays healthy this year, he's absolutely still in the fight. He's tough, smart, and earned a lot of respect in that locker room. Bottom line? This safety room is stacked. It's going to be one of the most competitive position groups to watch during preseason. And if these young guys take the leap, Atlanta's defense could look faster, younger, and more aggressive this year. Now let's talk about something special. Raheem Morris leading the way. All right, Falcons fans, you're going to love this. During practice, Coach Raheem Morris decided to jump into the action. Literally. He tried to line up at cornerback against Drake London, and let's just say it didn't go well for the coach. Drake put him on the turf. But hey, that's not the point. The point is, Morris is showing up. He's out there with his players, getting in the mix, being physical, having fun, and leading from the front. This reminds me of what guys like Mike Vrabel do, putting on pads, getting in drills, showing the team that leadership isn't just about yelling from the sideline. It's about earning respect through action. And players feel that. They respond to it. When your head coach is out there sweating, running, taking hits, you know he's in this with you. He's not just managing the team. He's fighting alongside it. And that's a big reason why I believe in Morris. Yeah, people had doubts when Atlanta hired him. He had just come off a stint as defensive coordinator in LA, and not everyone thought he was ready to take over as a full-time head coach again. But so far, he's showing heart. He's building a culture. And he's getting guys to buy in. And that's what makes this team dangerous. So here's what I want to know, Falcons fans. Who do you want to see start next to Jesse Bates? Is it the veteran DeMarco Hellams? The rising rookie Xavier Woods? Or maybe even the wild card Billy Bowman Jr.?